Am I the scumbag for kicking my sister out of my family gathering after a comment about adopted son? Some feel I, 32 male, should have handled the situation, but I don't see how I'm wrong. Me and my sister, 37 female, are not as close as we used to be because of some messed up stuff that happened years ago. I had my son Jesse, 9, pretty young. Months after that, to my surprise, my ex was pregnant again. Only I knew it wasn't me, because having an infant to take care of and provide for left me with zero interest in sex. And we found out it was my sister's fiance's ex now that she was seeing behind our backs. It hurt. Worst pain ever, but for my son's sake, I tried to get past it. I come from a family of half siblings too, so I wanted my son to be close to his half brother Keith. Surprise, not only were they, my ex and my sister's ex, horrible lying cheaters, but terrible parents. Both got hooked on drugs, only escalated from there. He got locked up when Keith was 3. This particular issue with my sister happened a couple years ago. My ex got sick. She was scared of Keith ending up in foster care, like her, and didn't want that for him either. I legally adopted him before she passed when he was 6. Not everyone in the family was on board at first, but he's the kind of kid that is hard not to love, so they warmed up to him. My sister never did. She hated that I brought the son of her ex-fiancé into my family, and I understood why it was painful, but Keith's and Jesse's best interests were my main priority. That's how we drifted apart. Last weekend was my birthday, and I had a small barbecue at my place. My parents have tried to mend things between us, so they convinced me to let her come too, so we can chat. I thought she meant she was cool with Keith because obviously the 3 of us are a package deal. I asked my parents how she would feel about Keith. They said not to worry about it. Again, I took it as she came around, only she wasn't told he would be present. So how could he not be? He lives there. My sister just got there, and she was mad when she saw him. She very specifically said, "I thought this was family only. What's he doing here?" Loud enough where he could easily heard, but thankfully he was playing with his brother. My sister was mad because my parents told her Keith wouldn't be around. And I got mad because she told me she didn't want him here, expecting me to do something about it. So I told her to leave, and she's not welcome here then. There was some back and forth from her and my parents. I didn't want that kind of talk around my sons, so I made her leave. My mom seems to think I was a huge scumbag for kicking her out of my party instead of trying to work things out. Like they take Keith somewhere out of sight while me and her talk. But to me, what's the point of us working it out if that's how she still feels towards my son? Well, this is still causing some conflict since I escalated by making her leave instead of actually talking to her. Am I the scumbag?